congratulations. How are you feeling after that performance?
Feel great. Little bumps and cuts, but I'm all right.
Is that the way you thought the fight was going to go?
No, honestly, we thought they would be more patient. I think they came and tested the wrong fires, and I could feel after the first round, Damon was kind of like doing desperate moves, trying to catch my back and stuff like that, and it just felt like we're ahead of the game.
Did you have to make adjustments in there, or did it go to plan?
No, that's my game. I like making it dirty, bloody, keep it mixed martial arts fight. I did throws, I did punches, elbows. I did what a lot of other fighters don't do normally, and made it fun.
Were you surprised that it was so difficult to finish him?
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He's been in for the business for a long time. I knew my corner even told me, we can't get too excited. We kind of like rock him a little and stuff like that to stay composed and, do what we can to stay on track and get the win or the finish.
Did you learn anything about yourself in there, or is that something you have to look at maybe in 2 or 3 weeks and kind of adjust and watch it over a few times?
I just learned more and more that I'm just a different dog. I got that different style, a different heart, a different mentality for this game. I came in here, after beating especially a guy like that, Damon Jackson, in this kind of division, just shows me what potential I have in the future in this division.
And this week was the first time that the commission only allowed an hour to weigh in rather than the 2 hours normally. I'm wondering if that had any effect on your weight cut or what happened there?
Nah, we kind of calculated the weight cut kind of wrong, especially with the Vegas heat and everything, and kind of shot my body. And honestly, I was so embarrassed that I was probably like gonna throw the fight, and I was like, you know what, because I have so much respect for the people that lose the weight, do the time, do everything else. And that's why I felt bummed and didn't want to like embarrass myself. I didn't even want to come to the arena and stuff like that, but my corner kept me in line and was like, hey man, we got to do what we can. If they don't want to fight, that's fine, but we're going to try to do what we can, and that's what we did. They got a little extra percentage on that, and I was willing to give up the pay or whatever, and they were down to fight, and we just said yes, and we went out there and performed.
So what's next for you? Would you like to fight again, or an opponent, or anybody like that?
There's not really any specific opponent. I just want to fight everybody. I'm not scared of anybody in the featherweight division, the lightweight division. I'm just ready to come in here and own whatever, whoever's in my way. It's part of the journey. Right now I'm 4-0 in the UFC, and I just want to keep it up. And if we run into a ranked opponent, that's great. If we run into some guy who's an upcomer, that's cool too. But I'm ready to leave a mark in this division.
How soon do you want to fight again? You think maybe another one before the end of the year, or?
Yeah, if I could get everything kind of locked in physically, with the weight cut stuff, and really put a dial on that and work with the UFC team. And honestly, I was trying to do the cuts and stuff, but the UFC doctor cut me off at 150, and I still was losing weight, just chilling. So it was like, all right, well, if I fix these little things, I know we can do a lot of things.
Thank you.
Chepe. You just said, you can fight anybody, but between these names, Steve Garcia, Joe Anderson Brito, Bryce Mitchell, very, 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 very good Gillespie, use of the law, of those names, who would you fight?
Any of them. I've had this interview already before. I've asked for rematches with those guys, and they want to. As you can see in this UFC, there's different routes. They choosing a different route. Look, I'm 4-0. They have losses in the UFC. Even Berto, I say, what's up, Berto? I'm not scared of nobody. Even if he's knocking out, that's cool. That's cute. That was a couple years ago. I'm a new transformed fighter, and I'm ready to show that.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Chepe, over here, just one. So I know we always talk about how you work with Justin Gaethje, get that experience, but how important is it to get this live experience in a real fight?
Well, this is a cooler experience. It's a little arena. you know, not so much cheering or booing, you know, and I like it because I can hear my corner a lot more. You know, Vegas don't got that, you know, that the tax-free kind of state, you know, so I like that. But you know, I like, you know, I like fighting anywhere, anytime, you know, like it's big arena, small arena, whatever it is, just to show who I am in this whole fight game. I show them I'm able to perform at short notice, even when I miss weight and I'm already bummed out and I'm meant to be fully there, but I can still go out there, do like you know, the cage door, and let's go.
And how important is it for your evolution to get tested like that for 15 months?
Oh, it's great. I love it. This is, you know, Damon Jackson was a huge name when I was kind of going up. You know, I wanted to fight him in LFA when he was a champion, but he had a different route and I had a different route. So it was great we finally meet, you know, and then I went out there and I really outperformed him.
Thank you.
Just a quick one. We saw your eye get kind of cut up a little bit. How many stitches did you end up getting for it?
It's all glue.
Oh, really?
All glue, not deep enough, man. All glue.
When that happens, does that fire you up? Because it seemed like you fired up. I don't know if when you see that, you immediately think that maybe there's potential that it's worse than it is, so you try to go for the finish, because it seemed like it amped you up, and you just kind of went hog wild after that.
Yeah, probably, man. And I think you get a different kind of oxygen when you get cut, you know, like you feel the air go in there, you feel everything else, you know, like everything kind of boiled up. But I honestly get cut like this in practice sometimes, and I obviously can't kill my, you know, my practice partner. So it's about keeping it maintained, but my corner kept me focused, maintained, and I didn't want to out-punch myself or try to out-condition myself, but I felt good. I felt, you know, relaxed. I was very surprised that they were trying to grapple like way more. Like he was kind of trying to, like my partner was saying, he was trying to hug his way to victory, and I was like, man, that's not gonna happen here.
Yeah, there was definitely, I think you cut him on the back of his head. I don't know if that was an elbow that got him or something. There was a couple times where he did shots and he looked like he was trying to complain that you were hitting him on the back of the head. Were those shots clean, or was there any other shots in them?
Man, the thing is, man, I'm doing clean. I'm hitting at one area. If you move your head, back your head towards my fist, that's her fault. I even told him, hey, sorry, you know, in the round, I'm talking and apologizing, and I don't have to do that. I don't. But I was like, all right, well, you think I'm trying to do that? Well, you're sorry. You know, you're a switch hit. You know, oh, my bad. You know, like I try to still keep it clean but fun, and even the ref was like, fine, you're fine, you're fine. And he's just complaining the whole time. So I felt like, you know, he came here more to complain than fight.
You're not one to talk much in the fight, or is that something that was just sort of out of character that you actually were chatting with him?
Out of character. Well, like I'm not trying to be a dirty fighter. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, man. Especially in this sport, I love everybody in it. Anybody that does this is a crazy man, but I respect them 1,000%. But you know, I'm doing what the ref is letting me do. You know, he's saying everything's good, okay, well it's good. If he's crying, that's not on me, man. It's on him. You know, you came here to fight, or did you come here to complain? You know, and you know, and it's the same thing. He hit me in the groin. You know, like nobody wants to polite on that. No, you can see all these opponents always want to trigger the wrong Chepe. You know, they want to hit me in the groin, they want to poke me in the eyes, they want to make it dirty. Cool, we can make it dirty, but when I'm playing dirty, then don't start crying, you know? Like, come on, let's have some fun, you know?
Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
Chepe, awesome performance tonight.
Thank you.
Not even a question, just have to point out how cool you look, that there's blood dripping from your left eye. That's fire, bro. That's tasty.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that something that fighters don't do. Obviously, this is not to assume.
No.
It comes to that grappling style. So you want to mix it up and make it exciting, and that way people say like, oh man, he's gonna just like George St. Pierre this thing, like it's gonna be 25 minutes. But no, you want to give fans a little bit of everything, but still show your dominance.
Of course, man. Especially when I'm on my back or whatever, any position I was throwing up, you know, hammer fists, elbows, you know, I mean, it's a fight. You know, it's an MMA fight. You know, I do things that a lot of guys don't do. You know, and I try to make it active everywhere, consistently show that I have strikes anywhere I'm at. You know, I could be on my back, I could be on top, I could, you know, we could be scramble. Oh, there was a couple strikes in that scramble, you know, and that's what I want to do is just keep it entertaining, you know, and obviously for the fans, for everyone else, but I just know those extra little strikes it's making the fighter be like, oh shit, this is a whole different animal, you know?
Oh, no doubt. And we've talked to many guys and girls in there that say, this isn't just grappling, this isn't just a Greco-Roman wrestling match. Like, the fact that you can throw strikes throws everything off for a guy who's not accustomed to that. So that's great to keep that in, your bag of tricks. Also mentioned different routes. So clearly what you mean, and it helped me understand, is you're willing to take the tough fights. You're not gonna just like pick and choose, like, oh, let me get this record going real nice and stay undefeated in the UFC. Give me the smoke with anybody.
Yeah,
Everybody.
man, it's crazy because I've seen other fighters really pick and choose their fights, and it's kind of some BS for me, you know. And it's like, man, like that's not what fighting is for, you know. Like I was on the USA team, I fought on the MMA app, and I didn't pick and choose nobody, you know. I was like, oh, that one's guy wants to fight, all right, let's go. And that's what I kind of look at it, you know. In the UFC, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, no, I'd rather have an easier route. You know, like as you can see, I fought 3 other monsters, and then I fought Damon Jackson, well experienced, been in it for so many years in UFC and fighting other tough contenders. Just to keep showing people like, man, I'm here to fight the best because I want to be a champion one day.
You have to fight the best to become the best, no doubt.
Sure.
How great was it that the UFC gave you this co-main event slot? Because the fact that you got to show out 30-26, 30-25, I mean, you put on a clinic, and as the co-main event, more eyes on you. ESPN for crying out loud.
Yeah, man, it's you know, the thing I've been chasing for since I was little, man. I knew when I started chasing this, before my mother passed, she was like this is not gonna be easy. She said this is like one of the hardest things. Like, you know, you're doing it alone. You're coming from the hood. You don't got expenses. You don't got nothing. But you got heart. You know, I want you to, you know, win this and do this with your heart, and that's what I've been doing.
You know, she's watching me, just like super proud that, you know, baby boy is just killing it. We got that big win, everybody is on notice, but what's kind of crazy is that extra opponent in there, that Vegas Heat. We had that Tavares Park fight canceled because of his weight cut and the difficulties with it. How much of an issue is fighting in Las Vegas at this time of the year that you have to incorporate that now into your weight cutting regimen and how hot it is and how that affects everybody?
Well, it's part of the job, man. Like I kind of, like if I did, we calculated the numbers the right way and did it the right way. I think it would have been excellent. You know, I did it here before with Charrier, you know, and I obviously wasn't the same, you know, season, you know, that we're in the summer. So you got to kind of do your homework. You got to, you know what time you're going, what you're gonna do, the cuts and stuff like that, and the right nutrition, and I think everything will go smooth just like today.
Last for me, super big win. You know, now you got some momentum going. What happens the rest of the year? What's on the to-do list? What are you looking for in 2024 to really put, like, you know, a stamp on this year for you?
Just keep winning, man. Like right now, I kind of want to go back with my team, talk to them, fix some stuff for this, you know, nutrition and this mental health stuff, and you know, really get things going and hopefully get a big name, you know, in November, December, and keep it going.
Are you mean like a sports psychologist, or what are we talking?
Yeah, just to keep things intact, man. Like there's a lot of things that, you know, even Patty Pivlet has said it. You know, there's a lot of guys who kind of go in this game kind of like headstrong, not really kind of being verbal. Like I've told my corner and everybody else, like I'm trying to be more verbal, how I feel, things like that, and they've listened to me very well. We're 4-0 in UFC and still, you know, ride or die on this.
That's what's up, man. It's super great that you're, and I appreciate you for that you're using your platform for that and to bring awareness. So much props. Awesome win. Well done.
Thank you.